Hi guys, and welcome to PBTV Live. We have brought out the Delta Armory DA-A13-ETU to have a look at. We have looked at this before, but this is more of a sort of generalized chat about Delta Armories itself. So if you want any questions, if you've heard about the brand or anything like that, or if you've heard about the ETU series, the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, anything like that, drop your questions down below. We'll have a little chat and see if there's any information about Delta that you'd like to know. But in the meantime, we're just going to go through all the features of the A13, the ETU, what it's capable of, the various different things that you can change, how it's going to affect your gameplay, how it's going to improve your gameplay, and how you're going to enjoy it, whether or not it's CQB outdoors. So looking at the A13 ETU, the alpha part of that doesn't change any of the performance, or there are Bravo 15s and there are Charlie 15s and there are ETU versions of that. The only difference is the Alpha has a metal receiver and a metal rail. As we said before, the Bravo has a metal rail and a polymer receiver. The Charlie is fully polymer. So again, it's just a choice at the end of the day. If you're wanting something super lightweight compared to the full metal, you've just got options with it. The performance and the capabilities of the platform are identical across the board. For example, the Alpha 13 here, it is about 2.5 kilos. So again, if you're starting out, you might want to look at the Bravo or the Charlie. But if you're looking for performance and capability, make sure it's an ETU model as well. Identifiable by the stock that they have. The ETUs have the slimline, more sleek stock. The standard Deltas have the sort of crane style stock. We have a comment coming in already. So looking to get a Delta Armory's DA-C07 Eagle. So that's a Charlie key mod version. But there are no videos on it. So with the Eagle series, we have done an Eagle in general. We might not have done a video specifically on the C07, but I think we've done a video on the Eagle series in general, how to program the MOSFET, how to change all the systems. I think we've been on the range with it as well. So if you want to find that, or I will try and find your comment afterwards and send you a link, or we'll link an Eagle video down below this. But if you search, we have done Eagle videos before of how to program them and how they all function. Wazdog dropping in again. Does Delta Armories have attachments such as angle foregrips? Speaking of angle foregrips, the A13 has the sort of hand stop style foregrip that's on this. At M-LOK attached, they do have various other accessories. They've got like rails, optics, various different things. So they aren't just here for the AEGs. They've got all sorts of different bits. If you're looking for red dots, LVPOs, short dots, grips, stocks, all that kind of stuff, they are an overall brand rather than just AEGs. But again, looking at the A13, we'll start at the front and work our way back. And if anyone in chat wants to sound up, we'll come back to chat. So on the front, we do have the 14mm counterclockwise thread. So if you wanted to swap that out for anything, again, tracer units out like that will immediately drop on the front and be with the way that they've sort of matched the barrel to the rail system. It's going to be really, really sleek if you want to trick this thing up. Again, coming back, we have the sort of slightly cut down rail system. So we've got M-LOK on the right, left and bottom where the grip is attached on the bottom. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of a cutaway in the riz here. This is for that sort of C-clamp, thumb over the top, getting really sort of gassing down on that front end. It's normally where it's quite rare that some accessories get fit there. So you've got the rail at the front where the flip-up sights are pre-fitted, and you do have a little bit at the back if you are wanting to put a PEC box near your optic or anything. Jabba J dropping in saying, also, what ETU can I put in a G&G TR16? I believe G&G's, it is a version 2 gearbox in there. So I believe like the gate and the Titans and stuff will fit, but G&G's inherently have 2 MOSFETs in them already. They've got a trigger version and a stock system. Coming back to the receiver, we do have a really nice, like, cool-looking angular system on the Delta. It's not that sort of they're moving away from that classic look, and I do like how aggressive this thing is. We've got standard 20mm riz across the top and the flip-up sights to the back. If we did pull the charging handle, we would find a rotary-style hop system. So again, you'll hear me harp on about these all the time, like how rigid they are and how stable they are. This thing will quite comfortably throw 2/8 3s out there at a really, really nice distance. Reaper dropping in. Good afternoon, Stu. Good afternoon to you. I'm a big fan of Spectre arms. How does it compare? They're very much in a very similar bracket. I think budget-wise, these are way more friendly. The ETU is equal, if not probably. It's probably not quite an Aster, but it's knocking on the door of maybe an Aster. So you've got that pre-cocking. These things have the rate of fire. Internally, this thing, I have got a lot of notes to the one side, so I will check them if I make sure I get it all right. So they've got a steel tooth piston, they've got a steel tooth piston and a steel tappet plate, an aluminium piston head, aluminium cylinder head, aluminium nozzle, a steel cylinder, steel quick change spring, so it is a quick change spring system. They've got steel 16:1 gears and 7mm ball bearing bushings. So internally, these things are on a very, very, very high benchmark that as soon as you've got one in your hands, you'll understand what we mean. We can sit here and harp on about how we've seen these things run, but until you get one in your hands, it's a little bit different. We've got some range videos and things like that, but these things have everything out the box ready to go. So if you play CQB, you play outdoors, you can get, obviously this is the Alpha 13, so this is an 8-inch M-LOK system at the front. Don't let that think that this can't run outdoors as well. Some people think that shotguns are for inside, long ones are for outdoors. No, this has a 235mm in a barrel. It is a 6.03, so it's a tightbore. Again, it's got that rotary hop. This thing will sling BBs at a rapid rate of knots and at a very decent distance as well. And yes, it is 2.5 kilos, but again, we can look at the Bravo variant or the Charlie variant instead. So we've got more comments coming in. Considering a Delta Armory is for my list of AGs, but can't find one in budget for long-ish barrel. So all these variants, you can get these in 8-inch, 12-inch. They do LVOA style, LVPO or LVOA style ones. So you've got like 13-inch wire cutter style rail. So there is a Delta Armory in every style of AR build. There's the Parmark 3s as well. So if you're after that full CNC, really aggressive sort of piston-driven style look, they've got that option. So if you're looking at something sort of almost like a subcompact like the A13, this is absolutely fantastic for CQB indoors. Throw the pre-cocking on here. Follow-up shots will be absolutely amazing, and you'll have a lot of fun. If you wanted to go outdoors, again, this can be, you can swap this, you could run this in binary, full auto, however you want to run it, you can do. But if you're wanting something to be a little bit more tricked out, you can go to one of the mid-range and go for a DMR build if you want. Again, quick change springs. You can lock the ETU allows you to lock to semi only. So again, you can make these as a DMR and AR. Absolutely any platform you're trying to get, Delta will have a base for you. And the ETU series is just so up there, out the box already. It's absolutely fantastic. Fast Gaming saying, how far can it go? I mean, I could move this from here to there, but if you're on about range, it completely depends on the model, what weight BB you're using. I mean, these things are throwing BBs about 320 FPS out the box as standard. And again, this is only a 235mm in a barrel, but they're quite easily tapping the target at the end of our outdoor range. We've got 3 main targets that we have on our range, which is, I think it's 30, 60 and 70 meters. The 30 and 60, quite easily. The one at 70 is about an A5 bit of paper. So we're a little bit of aiming off and a little bit of luck with that sort of wind when it gets that far out with 2.8s. It can still reach out and touch it by all means. Again, accuracy will come down to wind, debris, the field that you're playing at, out like that. 99% of the fields that you're going to play at, this thing will just run and gun and you'll be absolutely fine with it. Again, CQB, if you're running at sort of indoors and you want that sort of, if you're allowed, you're probably not allowed to use binary trigger, but with the pre-cocking and the trigger response that you can get from this, it's absolutely incredible. It's coming with a 120 round mid cap as well, so you're not having to pause and wind or anything like that. There's pros and cons between mids and high caps. If you're starting out, high caps are great. All the Delta Armory, especially the E2 systems, come with a 120 round mid-cap magazine, so you can feed it and you know every single BB is going to come out there. We are recommending 7.4 lipos with this. Just don't put your 11.1s in it. It is a Dean's connector at the back, so make sure you are getting the right battery. But yeah, even with that at the 320 FPS and 16:1 gears, it's not a high-speed build, but you're not getting it for it to be a high-speed build. You're getting this to be that assault platform, hard, fast, and aggressive play, and just getting out there and putting BBs where like your optics are. That's the key thing, is these things are consistent from shot to shot to shot. HPA Airsoft, don't forget, they are now coming with the new hop rubbers. Yes, so we did our feedback, and the original hop rubbers weren't terrible. They were just a little bit stiff, and there was some weight BBs and some issues with it. But every single Delta now comes with the Berserker style hop system, and these things, just the consistency, that's the thing that I'll try and get across constantly. With that rotary style hop and the style and the weight of BBs that we've been throwing through it, it is putting them BBs in almost the exact same spot every single time. It's very, very impressive for an out-the-box system that has all them parts that I'm on about. It's got the ETU in there. It's got all them facilities. Reaper dropping his favourite comment in there. Is she balanced? 2.5 kilos. I mean, you have got a full metal receiver and a full metal front end and a polymer thing. So your center's going to be roughly in the middle because there is a chunk of metalwork sat here. But again, once it's shouldered and you're running around with this thing, it is an extremely comfortable bit of kit. This, like the cutout in the rail, it's a very minor sort of addition that they've done, but it makes it extremely comfortable and extremely wieldy, if that makes sense. So when you're coming around a corner, you're not thumbing down on like bits of riz, or you're not having to add extra bits to give your reference points. It's just super, super comfy and thoroughly enjoyable to use with the sleek style stock. And again, if you're on about slinging this thing, if you are running a sidearm or anything, you have got QD points in the stock and the sling plate at the back here. But if there are a few people that are just joining us, I see a few extra names in. So this is the Alpha 13 ETU from Delta. It's more of a just general Delta chat, but we're just diving into what this thing is capable as well. So this was the 8-inch M-LOK variant. There are various different ones if you're looking for a mid or a long build. Totally doable with the Delta series. You can build any platform that you want from their system, but the ETU system just has everything done internally. The new hop systems that was recently brought up by chat, but you've got steel toothed piston, you've got steel tappet plate, you've got the CNC alley piston head, CNC cylinder, CNC alley nozzle, steel cylinder, quick change spring. So again, if you're wanting to do that DMR thing, it's not a strip down and change, it is a quick change spring system, 16:1 gears and 7mm ball bearing bushings. Add all that to the ETU that is in here, it is a absolutely phenomenal platform that is putting BBs on a pinhead at a reasonable, sensible distance. Like what I was saying, our outdoor range is like between 30 and 60 meters, our two main targets, and this thing is totally fine with that. And again, the ETU does all the bits that you need for inside, like CQB. But yeah, thank you everyone that's dropped a comment in. A quick another one from Reaper. Do they do different colours? There are solid black ones. There are the Freyers come in green, tan and black. I believe there are some grey models and there are some dual tone tan and black models. Not every model is available in every colour. There's various different things, but 9 times they're all available in black, obviously, and I think it's only the Freyers that are available in like the OD and various different other ones. Lunarwood, does does it have a two-tone? Depending what you mean by two-tone, as in if it's a dual tone like black and tan, or if there isn't a pre-two-toned one. But if you are wanting one two-toned, we can by all means paint them and get everything else set up like that. Wazdog dropping some final comments in. What parts are mil-spec, as I know the stocks sometimes don't fit on AEG stocks? Off the top of my head, I believe it will be an AEG spec stock tube. I don't think there will be anything mil-spec on it. The RIS spacings, because there are two different types of 20mm RIS, I would have to find out exactly what fits on there, but I do believe it's AEG spec stock on there. Stu B-Box, beautiful name. Do they do a Mark 18 with an ETU top tier? Yes, there is a quad rail Mark 18 sort of standard front end. There's like an LVOA version. There's the standard M4A1. There's the PR Mark 3s. There are loads of different models to choose from. Again, and each one of their models probably in different lengths as well. So check out the Delta Armories. They are definitely the thing to be looking at the moment, with all them bits pre-done in it. And like what I was saying, don't believe that the A13 is the best model. If you're wanting something a bit more lightweight, the prefix for that, the Charlie, Bravo and Alpha, are nothing to do with performance. It's purely what the external build is about. Charlie is polymer and polymer, so you have a polymer receiver and a polymer rail. Bravo is a metal rail and a polymer receiver, and Alpha is full metal. Again, pros and cons either way. Lightweight, if you want full metal, you like the heavyweight stuff. It's an option. It is nothing to do with performance. Some people are thinking the Alpha is better than the Charlie. It's purely weight saving and different materials and a preference. But yeah, thank you everyone that's joined us for today. Thank you for chat, for coming in and dropping messages. Makes my life much, much easier. As always, if there is something that you want us to have a little chat about, if there's something you want us to grab off the wall, come and sit down and join chat and have a little nit-nat and dig deep into what's inside certain things, whether or not it's a brand, a platform, a gameplay style, how to set up your ghillie suit or anything like that. Drop us a message on Instagram, drop a comment under one of our videos. We'll add it to our list and we'll bring it up to speed and make sure that we plan it into our schedule. As always, we are continuing to plan to do our live streams every Tuesday and every Thursday at 4 p.m. Whether or not it is AGs or gas or gear, it is all down to chat and the guys messaging on Instagram and seeing what you want us to chat about. But as always, it is a pleasure to speak to everyone. But that will be it for today, and we'll see you again at 4 p.m. on Thursday for another live stream from PBTV in a bit.